Uplifting Yin. My name is Brenna, and I will be guiding you through a 60-minute practice today. We're going to start with the even tuning breath, and you can do this by sitting or lying down, whatever feels best to your body to begin. That posture that suits your body today so that you can really take advantage of the full deep breath. So once you've made your way into that seat or lying down on your back, I invite you to close your eyes. And I invite you to set an intention. A word or a phrase that'll move your energy in a positive direction. And just take the first few breaths, feeling the energy of your intention. We'll begin our practice today with an even tuning breath that really allows us to fill up our energy and balance out all the nadis or the energetic channels in our body. So if you notice you're having trouble just staying in the breath or staying focused, it always helps to put one hand on the belly and one hand on the chest, and that physical touch, that physical feeling of the air moving in and the air moving out really helps to ground and center the body. So we're going to use a few counts. So we're going to start with just inhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now for a count of 6. Exhale for 6. 7. 8. Exhale for 7. 8. Exhale. 9. 10. We're going to stay with 10 for a few breaths. Inhaling for 10. Exhaling for 10. Finish one more cycle. When you're finished that breath cycle, if you are lying on your back, slowly make your way up to a seated position. We're going to start in fire log. So if you have something to elevate your hips, it's always great to put your hips on a pillow or a block. Remembering yin is about listening to the body. So if there's any sharpness, pain, numbness, tingling, or burning, please modify your pose. So the first modification is left foot in and right foot out. So just a cross-legged position. Fire log is that left leg that's out is going to cross over top of the right leg. So it's going to be a nice kind of 90-degree angle we're working to get the legs. Okay, so again, take note if this is okay for your body, and if it's not, you can move the legs in a little bit closer, or you can uncross them all together. So start by lifting up nice and tall. And for some of us, this may be where we spend the next few minutes. So just noticing if that feels like that's enough sensation. If you'd like to go a little deeper, inhale, find some length. And then exhale, you can fold forward. I like to support my forearms with a block and my forehead kind of resting in my cup of my hand. This also cups my eyes a little bit. And so wherever you are, start to tune into that even tuning breath again. Now, if inhaling for 10 is a little bit too much for your respiratory system in this time, then choose another number that feels expansive for you. Notice the first minute, finding your depth. And then see if you can surrender to the shape. Feeling that even inhale through the nose. And that even exhale through the nose. And in our practice of yin, we hold the postures for 3 or more minutes. And we do this to target the deep fascia or the connective tissue. Really settling into your edge, to your depth. Noticing if the ego is pushing the body or if you're allowing spirit to just be present with where you're at in this moment. Letting that go, moving into the body through the energetic channel of the breath, prana. Even inhale and even exhale. Start to notice the sensations change from the muscles around the hip joint into the fascia. See if you can surrender to letting go even more. Follow that breath. Letting go of what no longer serves you. We're going to stay in this shape for 1 more minute. To even out that breath. Even out and balance the energy in our body. Three more full breaths in. You finish your third breath slowly, as slow as you can. Roll up from the base of the spine. The last thing lifting is the top of your head. And just pause, lifting the heart, drawing the chin slightly into the chest so the crown lifts. Spend 1 minute in this lengthened position of the spine with the legs as they are. Breathing into the present moment. Notice what you're holding on to. 3 more full breaths. When you're finished your third breath, you can reach the hands behind you and just release the legs. And we're going to just bring them windshield wiper to one side. Pause for a breath. Maybe move slight movements in the hips. And then exhale to the other side. Pause here. And then again, maybe just those really slight movements in the hip. And then inhale. Come back to center. Bring the knees in slightly so the pelvis turns in. Walk the feet out. And just notice the hips. When you're ready, come back to center. We're going to switch the sides. So now the opposite leg is going to be on top. And again, just noticing where your body feels today. You may notice one side is a little bit tighter than the other, and that's very normal. So taking the time to set up your position in fire log on the other side. And then starting with just that nice lifted spine. Lift the heart, draw the chin in and lengthen through the top of the head. And for some of us, maybe this is where we want to be today. We want to go a little deeper as we exhale. We can fold forward. We can come down onto the forearms or wherever. Today, for me, I choose the block. And then you can let the head hang if that feels comfortable, maybe even cupping the eyes and the forehead. Again, find a shape in your body that supports your present energy. We want to uplift and get the energy moving through the channels and back in the body. So beginning that even tuning breath again. Maybe 10 is too much for the respiratory system. So choose a number of inhales that meets you where you are at. Again, staying out of the ego and pushing, but really find spirit and find that space in your body where that even inhale and that even exhale begins to expand the body, the mind. Settling into the shape, start to notice the sensations. Becoming curious in your own body. Letting go what no longer serves you. Tongue away from the roof of the mouth. Allowing the face, neck, and jaw to relax. And let go of whatever you're holding on to. trust in that process of surrendering. I'm going to stay in this shape for 1 more minute. Let's take 3 more beautiful breaths. When you finish your third breath, slowly roll out vertebrae by vertebrae. The last thing that lifts is the top of the head, and just pause here. Lifting the heart up, drawing the chin slightly in so the back of the neck lengthens. Spend a minute here just feeling the length in our spine, currents in our hips. The even breath in our body. Three more breaths. When you finish your third breath, bring the hands behind the body. Release the cross of the legs and come to one side. Spend a breath or two here, maybe micro movements in the hips. And then exhale to the other side again. Maybe micro movements in the hips. And then come back to center. Bring the pads of the feet together. The knees are open to the side. We're going into a diamond shaped fold. So the heels can be away from the groin here. We don't want the heels close to the groin, so further the better. Inhale, find some length. And then exhale, fold forward with the straight chest first. And then as you feel that kind of pull, then you can start to round down. And just option is to let the head hang or just slide your block underneath your forehead. Hands can be on top with the elbows pushing the knees down, or the hands can come underneath the legs and wrap around the ankles or the toes, or just laying there. Whatever feels most present and connected to your body. Coming back to that even tuning breath, inhaling for a count and exhaling for a count. Allow that breath to carry you into your body. Tongue away from the roof of the mouth. Relaxing through the face, neck, and jaw. letting go. Letting the breath ground you, bring you to your center. We're going to stay in this space for one more minute. Three more full breaths. When you're finished your third breath, as slow as you can, roll the vertebrae up, inch by inch, until the last thing that comes up is the top of your head. Lift the heart, draw the chin in, and pause for a minute. Feeling the new length of the spine. Feeling all the subtle energies running through the body system. Three more breaths here. And when you're ready, opening the eyes. And we're going to come over onto all fours. So if you're on a hard surface, maybe getting the blanket to pad the knees, we're going into child's pose. So it can be a wide angle or knees close together. Thumb sits back towards the heels and forehead on the ground. Hands can be out in front, or if we want to internally rotate the shoulders, the hands can be along the sides. So notice where your body wants to be. And then start to breathe into the body, creating expansion. If you notice that this is bothering your ankles, you can roll a towel or a blanket and place it underneath the ankles. If it's bothering the hips or the forehead, you can also put a block underneath the forehead. Again, propping yourself to make sure you feel like this pose can release tension, not building. Come back to that even tuning breath, balancing out the energy in the body. Letting go of whatever you're holding on to. Finding that release in your breath.
If you do have your cheek to one side, feel free to move it to the other side. We're going to stay in this shape for one more minute. Taking 3 more full breaths here. When you finish your third breath, slowly walk yourself up to all fours. And we're going to go into melting heart now. So you can have the toes tucked or you can keep the toes flat, whatever feels best for your body. Thumb stays in the air and we're going to walk our hands down, melting our heart towards the floor. If it feels okay, you can keep the chin lifted. That's too much for the neck. Then just keep the forehead on the mat. If there's any shoulder issues, you can bring the hands in. This helps support the shoulders. We don't want to have the weight on the shoulders. The majority of our weight is sinking our heart towards the floor, so that mid-back range. Notice where your body needs to be in this moment to release, to open through heart, mid-back. And if it feels okay, you can turn on the exhale a cheek to one side. If that doesn't feel good, just go back to forehead on the mat.
No.
Take that minute to find your depth. And then ease into the shape with the guidance of your breath. Notice where you're holding any tension, and then see if you can direct the energy of your breath to release. Surrendering to the present moment. Coming back to that even breath. On the next exhale, if your cheek is one side, switch the cheek to the opposite direction. We're going to spend 1 more minute in this shape. If your cheek is to one side, as you exhale, bring it back to center. 3 breaths, head at the center. And then slowly walk the hands up towards the head and uncurl vertebrae by vertebrae, coming up all the way onto all fours. And just move through a few movements, whatever feels good for you. Maybe circles, maybe some cat and cows. Again, see if you can make the movements very mindful and connected with how your body feels. Three more breaths wherever you are. And then come back to center. We're going to go into sleeping swan. So the left foot is going to come up towards the wrists, and we're going to extend the right foot. Now, if this is problematic for anybody's knees, you can also do figure 4 on your back. So let's start with a straight spine coming up onto the fingertips. Big deep breath, and then exhale, coming down between the knee and the ankle. And again, you can gather your props or come all the way to the floor. You can rest your head on your fists or the floor, whatever supports you in this moment. Listening to that breath, listening to that guidance. Taking the first minute to settle into your depth. Notice the sensations in the body. And come back to that even tuning breath. Inhale for a count. And exhale for a count. Whatever count feels comfortable to you in this moment. Surrendering to the present moment, the breath. We're going to stay in this shape for 1 more minute. Three more full breaths. you finish your third breath, slowly bring the hands back to either side of that front leg and uncurl. Slow as you can. Coming back up, lifting the crown, pausing, noticing. We're going to sit back on that hip and bring the back leg around to cross over. We're going to be moving into a twist. So I'm going to turn around so you can see. So sitting up nice and tall on sit bones and really anchoring that knee up and pressing that hip down. So hugging the knee into the chest, sit up nice and tall. And then exhale, just twist towards that bent leg while you hold it in. The back hand can come down, just resting on the back so that you can create this nice length in the spine as you twist. Remember to keep the chin slightly tucked in and the heart lifted. If you can keep a nice lifted spine, then that back hand can just reach the other hand so that you have a nice kind of hold on your knee and leg so that stays snug to the body. But if you find yourself rounding, then keep the hand behind so that the body can stay lifted. And begin to follow that even tuning breath again. Notice where you're holding, see if you can let that go. Finding these little micro movements where we start to notice other places in the body that may be holding tension. Just adjusting to any energy changes, working at keeping that even tuning breath. I'm going to stay here for 1 minute. When you're finished, 3 full breaths. We'll start to just move in a little bit of a circle. So just kind of moving up on one sit bone and back to the other. Just move in a circle, very mindfully, very connected. And then switch the opposite direction. Noticing that hip joint. And come back to center, release the hold, inhale, and then through exhale, come back to center. Now we're going to do a little transition. If you don't get it, just remember that we're going to end up with the opposite leg in a twist, okay? So the knee that's bent now, when we transition, it's going to be the opposite. So I'm going to get you to walk your hands over towards that big toe of bent leg. You're going to stand up and you're going to walk yourself all the way around. So now you're going to sit down and we're in that twist again on the other side. If you don't get it, that's totally okay. It's just a fun thing to practice. So again, set yourself up, anchoring that hip down towards the earth. Sit up nice and tall. And as you exhale, hug the knee in as you twist towards that bent knee. Remembering your option, the back hand can stay planted on the ground to help you find more length. Or you can bind, holding the hands and bringing the knee in closer. Every inhale lengthens the spine. Every exhale twists the heart, middle of the spine. That's where we want the twist to activate from.
And then once we found our depth, come back into that even tuning breath. Tongue away from the roof of the mouth. Letting go whatever you're holding on to. Tuning into the subtle energies of the body, sensations. And keeping with that even tuning breath. Letting go what no longer serves you. I'm going to spend 1 more minute in this shape. Three more full breaths. And then bringing those little circles in one direction. And then switch that direction. And then coming back to center as you exhale, coming back out. And we're going to come onto the other side. So if it is your left foot for me on top, then I'm going to extend my right. So we should be coming into the opposite side in sleeping swan. So start with that nice bent leg, flexed foot, and lengthened spine. And then as you exhale, come down towards the earth, finding your depth into sleeping swan. And back to that even tuning breath. Feel the breath in your body. Being curious. Curious in what we can let go. Curious and how we can move forward with more conscious awareness. Curious and how we can stay open to receive, to expand. We're going to stay in this shape for one more minute. Let's take 3 more full breaths here. Finish our 3rd breath. Slowly walk our hands to either side of that front foot and uncurl vertebrae by vertebrae. So the last thing that lifts is the top of the head. And just pause. As you exhale, we're going to bring the legs, both legs forward. And we're going to find our way onto our back. So if you have a bolster or block, have it handy. So we're going to do a supported bridge. So if you have even a blanket or something that elevates your hips slightly, that would be great. If that is not option for you in this moment, then you can get the knees to knock in and the feet to walk out towards the mat. You have a block or a blanket. As you inhale, lift the pelvis up and then slide the block or the blanket right below the lumbar vertebrae at the sacrum. And allow that blanket or block to support the weight of your back, elevating your hips above the heart. Breathing with even breath. Expanding the breath. Opening the body. Tongue away from the roof of the mouth.
For the last minute of our posture, you can stay as you are. If you're on a block, you can also bring your legs up to waterfall. Allowing the feet pump to bring gravity to help the circulation in our feet. Bringing new blood back to the feet. Gravity helps this pump so it doesn't have to work so hard getting the blood from the heart to the feet. We're going to stay here for one more minute. Three more full breaths. When you finish your third breath, slowly lowering the legs. And then mindfully removing the block, the blanket. And setting yourself up for your final posture, Shavasana. If you have a blanket or a bolster, feels great under the knees. If you need a little more opening, the hands can come into cactus. And just surrendering. Inhaling as if the whole body is inhaling. And exhale as if the whole body is exhaling. Inhaling as if the whole body is inhaling. And exhale as if the whole body is exhaling. Integrating your work into the cells of your body. When you're ready, start to tune in to the smallest joints in your body. Become curious in the range of motion. From the fingers and toes to the wrists and the ankles, to the elbows and shoulders, the neck, Knees and the hips. Give yourself a giant hug. And just notice which nostril is more clear, the left or right. Whatever side is more clear, come to this side and rest in fetal position. Feeling supported by your muscles, your bones, the intention you set at the beginning of your practice. When you're ready, making your way up to a seated position. Keeping the eyes closed. Resting your hands at Anjali Mudra, heart center. Lifting the heart up 45 degrees and drawing the chest in. Picturing a long golden string pulling you up from the crown. Welcoming in gratitude. Feeling that gratitude through every cell of your body. We'll close our practice today with one chant of Om. First, we'll come together with breath. Inhale. Exhale all the air. Next, we chant. Inhale. Om. Feeling that connection with oneness. And say namaste to you. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. And have a wonderful day.